What is up, Nomad Nation? You've got Godfather. I'm one third of your Nomad Gamers. It is Tuesday. We have started another week, so you know what that means. It is Talking Tuesday, 7 p.m. with yours truly. Man, that was a pretty good one. I like that. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of spice this thing up just a little bit. So, if you are watching me on any of these social medias right down here, we have got let's see here. We got Facebook. We have got Twitch. We have got Kick. You have found Godfather. The only one that is different is right here. That would be Twitch. It is Godfather09. What I need you to do is I need you to go over there and I need you to hit that follow button. I need you to turn on your notifications. That way, every single time that the Nomad Gamers come live at you, or I come live at you with any of my game playthroughs, you are being notified. Now, let's talk about Twitch, or not Twitch, TikTok. I'm trying to get back into the TikTok swing of things. Uh, I'm trying to learn editing. I really am. But editing is a pain in the freaking ass. So yeah, it's a work in progress. Go over to TikTok, Godfather1, give me a follow, show me some love, and I will start posting back on there. Now, right over here, right where my hand is, you can see it by my hand. www.discord.com. Search for your Nomad Gamers. When you get there, subscribe to the channel. Once you subscribe to the channel, then you can look around. You can go down and find Godfather. I'm in general. You will see my name. You will see a little thing pop up saying that I am live. In fact, what I'm going to do just for Talking Tuesday tonight is I'm going to give you guys a little treat over there. There we go. Now I've got my video on for Discord. You are going to be able to see everything that in real time. There's going to be no 5-second delay. So let's get on to our topics of the day, shall we? All right, we have got a couple of good ones coming up. If you remember last Tuesday, we reported on Helldivers how, and well, let me back up just a little bit, and the Nomad Gamers reported on them on Saturday afternoon, how they came out with this new update and it really didn't do what they were asking it to do. What it was doing was the file sizes were too big. It was crashing their performance. The performance was horrible. There was players leaving the game because of how bad that was. So as an answer to this, the Helldivers 2 developers have gave us a promising update on PC file sizes. They're trying to optimize them. They're trying to get them down. On a trade-off to this, they are going to be ending support for the disc, for the CD-ROM. When I read it earlier this afternoon, I was kind of torn. I was kind of between the two. I was like, why are you going to end support for one thing to hopefully optimize it for the other? And then I got to thinking about it. If they're having this many problems with the game, then maybe that's the way they need to go. Maybe that's what Helldivers, the devs, need to do. Arrowhead Game Studios needs to pull their head out of their ass and save this game, because this game is a fun game. This game, once you get used to it, you can get lost in it. So you guys are going to have to give me 1 minute. You see, it is fall, okay? With it being fall at the Shire, we are going through some crazy ass weather where you can be cold 1 minute and you can be sweating the next. And guess what I'm doing right now? I'm sweating. I got to go behind this. And then I will turn off my heater and I'll come right back. We'll get right back into Helldivers. And the heat goes off. Let's warm up in here. All right. Get my headset back on, and we're going to be right back in business. All right. So let's take a real quick look at. I don't know why this computer did this, but okay. At this article that came out about 5 hours ago. So when I seen it, it was about 2 hours old. I read through it, decided it'd be a good thing since on Talking Tuesday of last week we reported on it, and then on Saturday, Fireball reported on it from his standpoint, and he is by far out of us Nomad gamers. He has got to be the biggest Helldivers fan and Helldivers player out of all three of us. So Arrowhead Game Studios is considering dropping HDD support from the Helldivers 2 PC version. A senior company official has confirmed the move is being evaluated as one of the measures to reduce Helldiver 2's massive installation size on PC. Now, that's huge. Godfather, why is that huge? Well, I'll answer that question right now. Because if you have watched Talking Tuesday, if you have watched any of the Nomad Gamers podcast, we have been complaining for a while now about how large these file sizes are for these games. For instance, this game alone, the pre-release PC version for Helldivers 2 mandated over 100 gigabytes of storage space. The actual install folder would drop to around 70 gigabytes after the initial download. That is still huge. That's a huge ask for most PCs. Subsequent updates kept inflating the game's installation size. As of late October 2025, the Helldivers 2 Steam page lists a 135 gigabyte storage requirement. So if you would have went back to the Nomad Gamers podcast, I would say 2, maybe 3 episodes back, you would hear Zanar Crestrider, Fireball, and myself talking about how large the file size was for these games. Every game out there wants you to play it and play that game alone. Every year that we have a new game come out, we want better graphics, we want a better storyline, and we want a better overall experience to immerse ourselves in that game. I don't care if it is a sports game. I don't care if it's a MMORPG. I don't care if it's an action role-playing game. You want to immerse yourself. Well, one of the things of immersing yourself into that game comes with a large file size. You're not going to get a knockout game with only 25 gigs. You're not going to get a knockout game with 15 gigs. It seems to be the happy medium here is about 50 gigabytes, okay? Helldivers is about 20 over that, even after the slim down. If you go back to the Nomad Gamers, you will know that I said, and Fireball and Zanar Crestrider agreed with me, that maybe this was an inside thing from the game developers, not one, but umbrella, put all of them under that, where they want to suck up all of your space on your computer to where you can only play their game. Well, what happens when you have 3 or 4 games that you absolutely love playing? Well, I'll tell you what happens. You are going to have to uninstall that game. Doesn't mean you're going to lose everything in that game. You have to uninstall one game and start downloading and installing the next game. I'll give you a an example. I like Red Dead Online 2, and I like Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. Two very, very big games. To be able to do both, I got to uninstall one and pick the other one up. Now that delays me by about an hour, hour and a half. Some people, depending on your internet download speeds, it could be more. It could be. For some people, it could be a lot faster. I don't have that lightning fast internet. I wish I did, but I don't. Uh, so that's where we're at with that. Uh, as of late 2025, the Helldivers 2 Steam page, I already said that. At the same time, and here's some comparisons for you. The PS5 version of the game grew from just under 25 gigabytes in February of 2024 to approximately 35 gigabytes in September 2025. That is not a big jump. Most people would say that's a reasonable jump, but on a console, that's a huge jump. The Xbox Series XS version launched this August is comparably compact. It is much smaller. So that's a good thing. Maybe they're getting their shit in order and they're figuring out how to make it a really good game, but make the file size a little bit smaller. Uh, Arrowhead CEO Shams Jajorny has now confirmed that the Swedish studio is considering dropping support for hard disk drives, the CD-ROM, from the PC version of the game in order to try and get its ever increasing installation size under control. I don't quite understand, or I don't quite marry those two together. So when it comes right down to it, I don't understand where the HDD conflicts with making the file size any smaller. I just don't. Uh, that is just one thing that I don't understand. They are those developers are a lot smarter than I am. So if they're saying that they can't do it, that they need to drop one in order to do another, I would rather have a playable game with a less file size than a very large file size with an unplayable game. And I'm pretty sure that if Zenar Crest Rider was on here and if Fireball was on here, they would both agree with that statement. I think it's a pretty good statement. Uh Separately, he also tackled some other technical questions, saying the current Helldivers 2 performance problems will take many more months to resolve. So they broke it real quick, but it's going to be slow to repair. And it's going to be slow to resolve it. I don't understand how that happens. I really don't. How does it take a night, one download, to absolutely fuck up your game, but it takes many, many months to unfuck it? That doesn't sound right to me. It sounds to me like Arrowhead Studios is in for a very rude awakening when it comes to video game players. Thank you very much for that like. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. There was an X, a tweet, Twitter, however you want to call that platform, that says, "Hi Shams, have you guys studying?" And I'm reading this word for word. The possibility of dropping HDD support completely. I know is hard, but I believe people will understand. Shams replies back on 10/23, which would have been a couple days ago. Yes, being looked into. So they are actively looking to drop support from the HDD. Like I said, I don't understand how those two marry up. I don't understand how one has anything to do with the other. But again, this is a player who asked a question to the CEO, and he came right out and said, yes, it's being looked into. So obviously, somewhere out there that I don't understand, the two shake hands and they make the game work. So we will go from there. Uh, the article, you can find it over on GameRant.com. It was there about 3 hours ago. It now says about 5 hours ago. Uh, the further you go down in this, the further they explain how HDD support is holding back Helldivers 2. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that smart. So we will leave it to the experts, but I guess all we want out of this game as of right now is a playable game. All we want out of this game right now is a game with a reasonable file size. Over 100 gigs is not reasonable. It just isn't. If you can put it on the console for 25 gigabytes, there is no reason why you can't move that over to the PC and have it as 25 gigabytes as well. That's how my mind works. I just need the Shams dude to explain this, break it down Barney style, do whatever you got to do, my man, but we need to know. All right. That is all I have for Helldivers. We are going to move on to a game that, quite honestly, has taken the internet and the gaming world by storm. Since it released not too long ago, I have seen a litany of uh, of different things coming up about this. I have seen some where they played it for an hour and they dropped it. I have seen others that say it is the second coming of Christ. It is that good. And I have seen others that just said, it's all right. Now, if you were to go back to, and I'm going to refer back to the Nomad Gamers podcast quite a bit tonight, because some of these topics are stuff that we covered in depth during that podcast, and just new stuff to come out. Uh, I am rambling a little bit. My internet's running a little slow. I am monitoring the podcast right now. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. Uh, that way, I'm a little concerned about my internet right now, but so far, so good. All right, so Battlefield 6 players are facing login queues again. Pretty much when they break it down Barney style for us, the game is getting hammered by too many players. Isn't that a good problem to have? That is a great problem for a game to have on the first 2 weeks of its launch. That there's so many players wanting to play the game that the game is absolutely shitting the bed and saying, absolutely not. I can't take no more. Jared Toothman. EA Sports. It's in the game, brother. I love you too, brother. So EA has been doing a fantastic job with this game. They have. There has been numerous problems with the game coming out. There was other articles I could have reported on. Everything from skins to a huge map to season one. All of these things, which they talk about season one and this new update or this new the Battlefield RedSec release within this article, which is getting such a good response that the game servers just can't hold on. So let's go down and let's take a look at what's going on. It says Battlefield 6 players are currently facing long login queues in the wake of Season 1 and Battlefield RedSec's release. That's huge. Remember RedSec. We will get back to that. With major content drops and an entirely new free-to-play Battle Royale game mode linked to Battlefield 6. It's no wonder that the servers are clogged. The servers are very clogged. Uh, let's go down just a little bit more. This article says that it's no secret that Battlefield 6 is a big hit. It's no secret at all. With the numbers I'm about to tell you, it is a smashing hit. It was released on October the 10th. Battlefield 6 players faced a massive queue of over 280,000 people as everyone wanted to play it at the same time. Fortunately, the problem was fixed in a few hours, and the servers were have mostly remained stable until now. Multiple gamers have been reporting being stuck in long queue lines to play Battlefield 6 and the RedSec F2P Battle Royale. With one player, get this, one player facing a line of over 50,000 players. Let that number sink in for just a minute. 50,000 players. That's huge. So he is 50,001 that wants to get into that game. Can you imagine the level of competition that's in that game? If you've been playing Battlefield 6, and I know Fireball has, would you leave me a comment? I am very curious. Have you ran across any cheaters? Because remember, before Battlefield 6 came out, they were toting and touting how they had a 99% success rate with cheaters. And then the very next week, we had Call of Duty, who ran their beta on Call of Duty 7, that pretty much said the same thing, but they said within a couple of hours. So if you play Battlefield 6, or if you have been, let me know in the comments of any of these social medias, and let me know if you've ran across cheaters. And if so, how many times? Is it a problem? Did EA fix this? I'm pretty sure they haven't, but I want to know if they're trying. Do you see the trying? On Reddit, Reddit is a great place for the gaming community. Not so much for reputable news, but just for a hot wash. And for everyone out there that doesn't know what a hot wash is, it's pretty much gamers out there just bitching. Can't fix nothing, but they want to bitch about it. It says Battlefield 6. Oh, Lord. You are in a queue. Current queue position 50,400. Wow. EA Sports, now that's in the game. Likely the reason why so many people are flocking to Battlefield 6 is due to the release of Battlefield RedSec, only officially announced a day before it's launched. Players only had a day before they launched new content. I love that. Normally, we hear of new content launching a week or two in advance, and it gets everybody's hopes up. So when that launch comes out, the new DLC, and it's not what players had thought it may or may not be, then they go, "Oh, this was such a failure." When in all regards, it's not a failure. It just didn't live up to the hype that the players are putting it on. Trust me, I know this because so many of the DLCs for Grand Theft Auto 5, in my head, I thought they should have been one way. They weren't. I was disappointed, but I never said the DLC was garbage. Let's see. Battlefield 6's Season 1 is also packed with a lot of content that may have lured players back. With 50,400 wanting to get into that lobby, and they've dropped some, EA, you're doing things that some games can only freaking dream of. That would be like me wanting to have the same kind of audience as Joe Rogan. It ain't going to happen. You have to be realistic. But my God, you're talking about losing some players, gaining them back from just a season one. October 10th was only 18 days ago. In 18 days, you've lost players and you got them back on season one. That's interesting. The first part of the season is called Rogue Ops, and it's brought new weapons as well as the Blackwell Fields area to the popular shooter. Blackwell Fields seems like a very large map with tons of open space for players to use vehicles and engage in combat with each other. As I was doing my research for tonight, and I was out there looking at all the gaming sites, I seen article after article after article. I went to Reddit. I've seen multiple posts about this map, and it is getting rave reviews. Again, I'm not a Battlefield 6 player. I don't like these type of games. I'm waiting on Fireball to come back and report to us. However, let's circumvent Fireball. Only because I know Fireball does not watch Talking Tuesday or Thirsty Thursday. Tell me in the comments what you think about it. Give me some inside information to where when Saturday afternoon, when the Nomad gamers get together, I have something to surprise Mr. Fireball with. That nothing would make my day better than to be able to one up him at his own game without playing it. Uh, they talk about how the long login queues are being annoying for Battlefield 6 players. Well, no shit. When I log onto a game, I want to play that game. I don't want to sit in a queue. I don't want to wait. I want the damn game to fire up and I want to get in there and I want to blow somebody's head off. It's the same way with Red Dead 2. Battlefield 6 managed to reach over 740,000 simultaneous players on Steam. I have never seen a game get those numbers on launch. Never. And I've been watching game releases for probably 8 to 10 years now. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Uh, this last sentence makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me, but we will read it uh, just so you can go, well, that's stupid. That's what it's supposed to do. These numbers made Battlefield 6 quickly becoming the most successful game in the series. So it's likely that Battlefield Studios will continue working hard, get this, to offer fresh experiences to players to keep them engaged. What is the point of a season? It is to keep your players engaged. What is the point in daily tasks? Looking at you, Red Dead Online. It is to keep players coming back every single day. Battlefield 6, you did not reinvent the wheel with this. All in all, this game is amazing. All in all, everything that I've seen, this game is far surpassing everything and anything that us game critics or us game enthusiasts could ever have thought was possible. If you are a first person shooter and you love Call of Duty and Battlefield, this game, it's like the second coming of Jesus for you. It's awesome. Call of Duty 7's coming, and I think this game's going to see a little dip, but I don't think Treyarch has the anti cheat down just yet. And because of that, I think there's going to be a lot of cheating on Call of Duty 7 that's going to drive a lot of players back to Battlefield 6. All right, let's move on to a game that I have a little bit of experience with. Pokemon Go. Now, if you've been paying attention for any more than a month, you would know that I went and I interviewed the Quad City chapter of the Pokemon Go community. Pokemon came out with a big update. They upped their level cap. They gave away a ton, and I mean a ton of free stuff to their players. Like to the point that I can't get rid of this stuff fast enough to send gifts out and get gifts back. I just can't do it. I'm sorry that I'm glowing right now, but like I said, my internet is a little slow tonight. I don't know why it's being this slow. I'm looking at my live feed on Facebook right down here, and everything's going okay. If I'm a little choppy or whatever, let me know in the comments. I will be able to see that, and I'll try and fix it. So let's see what Pokemon Go is doing. I do know that after reading this article, they are trying to integrate the card game with the awesome mobile game that they have. And when you log on to this mobile game, it tells you to be aware of your surroundings. Don't ever, don't ever go into private property when you shouldn't. Let's see. Dakota Novell. Yo, what's up, man? What is up, Novell? Dakota, my man. I've been missing you, man. I've been missing you. Uh, the other thing that Pokemon Go also does is they let you know when there's bad weather in the area. I don't know how you wouldn't be able to know that. You got two eyes. Is it raining? Is it storming? I think I'd be able to feel the water on my head, hear the thunder, maybe see the lightning. Uh, but it tells you. Now, the Pokemon Go card game has been out forever. It's been out since the 90s. I am not a big card game guy. I don't get Magic. I really don't. But then again, I've never really tried it. I don't get Pokemon, the cards. I don't understand that either. I know a few individuals who do. I have bought Pokemon cards for a certain young man that I know. Uh, I do support that community, although I am completely ignorant about it. I have no fucking clue how they figure out all these cards. Like when you win the hand, do you take the cards? How the fuck do you know who threw what? Because I know if I'm playing, I'm getting so hyped up that I'm not even going to remember what the hell I threw. If you play any of these card games, just give me a short, very short synopsis on how it works. Uh, Maybe I need to go over to Nerd Headquarters and see how this stuff works. Pokemon Go is launching a special Pokemon TCG collaboration. TCG means the card game. It's that simple. I sat here for almost an hour trying to figure out what that meant. When I finally figured it out, I was like, God damn, I'm stupid. All right, this was published 7 hours ago. You can find this on Game Rant as well. Pokemon Go is launching a special event to celebrate the release of a brand new Pokemon TCG product, including the new time-ed research and some special mega raids. The massively popular monster catching mobile game has brought plenty to the game to excite fans during Tales of Transformation. Introducing new Mega Evolutions, new Pokemon, and alternate forms. Mega, oh good lord. Metagross made its Pokemon Go debut during the season, while other events have introduced Pokemon like the Poltergeist line and costume versions of the I can't say these goddamn things. Teddiursa and Noibat. I know the Noibat. I've caught a few of those. A brand new event is now celebrating the big release for another branch of the franchise. So let's stop right there. Let's break some of this down. One of the problems I have with Pokemon Go is the events are garbage. The research is garbage. And I'll tell you why. You spend all of these resources trying to complete this, to get not only XP, but to get, I believe it's called Stardust, and to get all this shit to complete it. When you catch a Pokemon, it's one of three things: it's a 1-star, a 2-star, or a 3-star. Then, of course, you got hit points, you've got shiny, you've got uh the rocket, what the filthy one. I consider it filthy because I gotta clean the goddamn thing. But you got all these different types, right? So when you get done with one of these huge research things, your reward is a 1 to 2-star Pokemon that you can't do nothing with. It's almost degrading. Like, I put all this time into this, I put all this resources into this, and you're just going to give me an average at best Pokemon? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, let's see here. The Pokemon TCG has similarly been abuzz throughout recent months with some big new releases for the popular card game. The launch of Mega Evolution officially brought the Pokemon TCG into its newest era, adding Mega Pokemon, I don't know how the hell you do that, to the game as an in-game mechanic for the first time since XY Evolutions. November is set to bring another exciting expansion for the card game with Phantasmal Flames, set to introduce Mega Charizard to the game as its spotlight Pokemon. Now, Pokemon Go and Pokemon TCG are teaming up for a new event. I'm almost guaranteeing you that you're going to spend all those resources and all that time, you're going to get a 2-star fucking Pokemon. So when you look at the developers, you go, really? Fuck you. Why do I want to keep doing this if I only get an average Pokemon? Where's my phone? Let's see exactly what they're offering because I have them. Give me just a minute to get it fired up. Is anybody else's internet acting like shit? Like, it doesn't matter if it's my iPad, my phone, my computer. It's like nothing wants to work right. Oh, fuck it. I ain't going to sit here and wait for it. Pokemon Go is partnering. Yeah, we already know that. This is officially from Pokemon Go. The aura is going to be strong during Pokemon Go's Pokemon TCG celebration event. Celebrate the release of the Pokemon TCG Mega Lucario X Figure collection with a mega raids and timed research at certain retail locations. They want your money. That's what they're saying. We want your money. Come dump your money into this. By the way, ooh, I don't know where that came from, but whatever. By the way, if you live in the Quad Cities area, take your hind end over to Davenport by North Park Mall. There's a shopping center over there. Black and Gold is at the end of it. You need to go up and find Nerd Headquarters. When you go up and you find Nerd Headquarters, do I need to say any more? You can find all of your card games at Nerd Headquarters. And by the way, I am not even associated with them. This is out of the kindness of God's Father's heart. But go on up there, support them, show them some love. They are a small business, and they could use all the support that we can give them. All right. Pokemon finally decided to load up on my phone. So let's go over there and let's see what the hell they're doing. Tales of Transformation. Evolve 5 Pokemon. Evolve 5. So you're using resources. You know what you get as a reward? You get 15 candies. 15. That ain't shit. When you get them all done, and I've already got 3 of them done, and I don't remember what the hell they were, your reward is 10 big candies, 647 XP, and it looks like 3 battle raids. That's garbage. You have Galar Calling, 19 tasks. For 19 tasks, you know you're going to be using a lot of resources. You get 2,500 XP, and you get a Pokemon appears, which is normally a 2-star Pokemon. For another one, you got 4 tasks. You get 1,000 Stardust, and you get 5 Mega Balls. This is the problem with Pokemon Go. They want you to do all of these researches. They want you to put all of this effort behind it to get peanuts for a reward. They need to step their game up. All this is going to be running from November the 7th through to November the 30th. Increased Mega Lucario raid spawns, timed research missions granting more XP Stardust, and a Lucario encounter. I think that's what I didn't know it was. Special Lucario mask cosmetics for purchasing. Pokemon Go gift cards. Again, they're putting their hand in your wallet. Best Buy, GameStop, and Target, United States. EB Games, Canada, and Australia. I'm going to add one to that. Do not go to Best Buy, GameStop, and Target. Take your ass, if you are in the Quad Cities, take your ass over to Nerd Headquarters to get all of your gaming supplies. If by some miracle you need something for actual game supplies, go to Disc Replay. However, find somebody out there who is a small business and support them. They're the ones that need our help. All right. That is pretty much everything for Pokemon Go. As you go down this article, it tells you more and more about pretty much the same thing. That's the one thing I don't like about the news with gaming is they will literally repeat the same thing 3 to 4 times in an article. So when I am sitting here trying to report to you guys saying, this is what's going on in this game, I've heard a lot of people say, well, Godfather, why are you repeating yourself? Because the fucking article is. Dakota, you talk about Battlefield yet? I sure did. You missed it, my man. That was just before my rant on Pokemon Go. I'll give you a real quick rundown of it, my man. They are having fantastic numbers. Fantastic. Off the chart numbers. The problem now is that they are running into long game queues to the tune of 50,400 players. So if you want to know more about it, I wish I could go back for you. You were late to the game. Wait till I come off air, scroll back through, and you'll get it. Well, I'm only telling you what's being reported on Gamer Rant. So, see, there we go. There's a Battlefield 6 player telling me that the queue is never long. Have you played in the last couple of days there, Dakota? While I'm waiting on that answer, we're going to get to our next topic. All right, so I don't know how many of you, I just noticed this. How many of you have noticed that there is now gaming on Netflix and there's gaming on Amazon? I sure as hell didn't know this, but maybe because I didn't have Netflix up until, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. As far as Amazon goes, I don't ever go on to Amazon unless I'm watching Thursday Night Football. I'll just be honest with you. Uh, I happened to see it. I thought it was kind of goofy at first. I don't understand how you do it, but it is what it is. Whoa, here we go. Hell yeah, brother. That's just my experience. I am about to hop on and try the Battle Royal mode, but have been playing hardcore on Battlefield. The Battle Royale was mentioned as well. That was one of the conditions of why they were saying they were having more of a queue. Cool. I'm glad you're having fun with it, man. That's the point of games is uh to have fun with whatever game that you played. Remember, it's $1 an hour. So if it's a $70 game, I want 70 hours of entertainment. But back to Amazon. I didn't know these jokers were making games, but they are. Or shall I say they were. Amazon Games facing significant layoffs. Here we go again. It's like, what the fuck is going on in the gaming industry? I think the hardcore mode is absolutely amazing. I don't know what the hardcore mode is, but I'll take your word for it. What is going on with the gaming community? Or not community, but the industry? Amazon is just the next one in line that we're hearing about layoffs. But we can't get a fucking game but once every 10 goddamn years? Like, why? What is the point in having these companies and having new games if one, the game takes 15 goddamn years to come out, and two, you're laying people off in that 15 years? It seems counterproductive. Hold on, I got another comment from Ryan Ferkel. I'm still getting murdered by bots in Warzone casuals. Well, I reported last week that Treyarch Studios said that they were having a 99% success rate. So there we have it, Nomad Nation. We've heard from a gamer saying that he is still getting murdered by bots in Warzone casual. Treyarch, you done fucked up. You done missed the mark yet again. All right, where were we at? I was ranting on Amazon Games. Amazon Games will bear the brunt of a company-wide layoff as Amazon cuts over 14,000 corporate jobs across the board as part of an effort to reduce bureaucracy. You ain't going to do it that way within the company. Although the exact number of affected Amazon game staff is currently unknown, the layoffs will hurt its San Diego and Irvine offices, with the latter responsible for development of New World Adernum. I've never heard of these goddamn games before. But okay, while I was reading this article, it just came to mind. I was like, is Amazon hurting that bad? I was I was researching all of this right around 3 p.m. to 3:30 this afternoon. I think Sweet Kitty Pie got home. I helped her take some stuff in the house. I came back out, came across this article, and I'm like, are they hurting this bad? So I went over to Google and I said, Google, what are they doing on the stock market? How are they doing? They were up 2.28% at the end of the day for trading. Year over. So looking at the entire year for them to date, they were up almost 4 points. They're not hurting. So why are they laying people off? The company-wide layoffs at Amazon will also have the unfortunate effect of reducing the amount of work that Amazon Games will have on big budget games. These games include open world MMORPGs like New World Adernum, which once had its play, and I did not know this, and I was very shocked when I saw it, which once had its player count peak at over 913,000 players. That's huge. That's huge. Uh, I have a question about that. You guys are gonna have to give me a minute because my internet sucks right now for whatever reason. I will remember when it comes up. I'll do it. The ongoing development of New World Anarchy, which recently launched its Night Haven season update, is primarily handled at the Amazon Games Irvine campus. Amazon's gaming division also handles the publishing of other MMORPGs available on Steam, such as Lost Ark and Throne and Liberty in North America and Europe. I forgot to get a water or a Pepsi. Boy, I'm hurting right now. I'll never forget that again. Amazon is going to cut 14,000 jobs. Their last day of work was today, October 28th. Absolutely, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, Amazon made Lost Ark. Was it a good game? Because I've never seen it. Let's see here. They had a comparison that I want to make between them and Xbox. Throughout 2022 and 2023, Amazon laid off over 27,000 employees as a way to cut costs following the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the loss of over 14,000 Amazon staff members would dwarf the summer layoffs that Microsoft made. Here's the comparison. As the latter, being Microsoft, released over 9,000 former staffers across the board, the Microsoft layoffs had a significant impact on its gaming studios, with projects like Perfect Dark and Everwild being canceled as a result. I don't get this. I haven't got this. Huh. Hey, you might have to tell me exactly what it was about, Dakota, because I still don't know. So here's my problem with layoffs. Okay. Some of this is a direct reflection on the way that the gaming community is going these days with the live service. Live service being your Fallout 76, live service being your Red Dead Online, being your Grand Theft Auto Online, being your Final Fantasy, I don't even fucking know what number. They're like on 16, 17, 18, something like that. But when you have these online live services, you don't have to come out with a new game once every 5, 6 years. You just have to keep coming out with DLCs to keep your players engaged. That's fueling some of these layoffs. However, what's fueling the most of them is greed. It is just flat out greed. An example of that, and we're going to transition from one to the other, I'm going to try and do it as smooth as possible, is EA. If you would have remembered a month or two back, I reported that EA was being bought out by a Saudi investment group. Well, that has come through. Now EA is forcing its staff to use AI in the gaming industry, to use it on the new games. Some of the staff is worried that they're going to be replaced. Some of the graphics people are being told to teach this computer their game, and they're in fear that they're going to lose their jobs over it. What was I going to do? So here we go with the back and forth with the AI. If you remember a couple weeks ago, I said AI would be a good thing. However, we need to put strong guards up to protect the jobs of the individuals who make our games. We need to put up safeguards to where people in the graphics department aren't losing their job because of AI, or in the story department, or in the coding department. All of these are being affected by AI, and Electronic Arts is fueling that. They are literally putting fuel on the fire with no safeguards. I'm going to make a prediction now. Within the next couple months, we're going to see massive layoffs at Electronic Arts. It's almost inevitable. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at World of Warcraft's active player count and statistics for this year, for 2025. As soon as it comes up, I'll let you know. All right, so we're down to our last two, and I want to thank you guys so much for being talkative, for interacting. It makes Talking Tuesday just that much better. It really does. Let's see what Dakota has to say here. Unfortunately, it's going to happen, especially with the trajectory society is heading. It is. The thing that we need to remember, the thing that we need to demand is just to have guardrails up. Protect jobs. That's it. That's all you got to do. AI is here. We can't stop it. But at the same time, we can put up safeguards to protect the jobs that are there. AI can help us reduce the lead time, but you still need that human there to put the human touch on it. Who is going to come up first? So this next article caught my attention for one reason. As everybody knows, I am a Fallout player. And it was a picture of a computer from Fallout when you're trying to hack it, back from like 3 and 4. It's like, what the fuck is this all about? Well, one of the things that Godfather is here for is to help protect you. When I see something that could be a credible threat to Nomad Nation, I'm going to report on it. And there is a credible threat out there. It's a pretty good phishing scam. Uh, whatever you do, just don't fall for it. I'm waiting for it to come up now. You can see one side of my face uh, getting all glowy, and that's because shit's not going right. All right, here we go. LastPass. LastPass is pretty much what's on your phone, what's on your computer, what's on your tablet, what's on any of the things that you're doing that requires a password. That when you verify you are who you are, it just autofills it for you. Well, LastPass warns of a new phishing campaign involving a death certificate and a nefarious email that demands you reply to it if you're not dead. So, without going through all of this, these jackasses are emailing individuals and they are saying, hey, a family member of yours is trying to access your data by a death certificate. If you are not dead, please go to, and they give you a hyperlink. Well, when you go to that hyperlink, they want you to change your password. So you enter in your current password. You think you're changing it to a new password, but all you've done is you've given your password for this to these hackers. Now they know everything about you. They know every password of everywhere you go. They know your bank password. They know your gaming passwords. Lord help it if you're on Pornhub, because they're going to know that password too. The entire thing about this is verify before you do. Whatever you do, verify. Because they say it looks damn near identical to the actual site. So whatever you do, Nomad Nation, make sure that when you're putting in your password, that you are doing it in a responsible way and it's at the site that you think it is. All right, World of Warcraft player stats. Live players, 128,000 plus. Daily players, 1.4 million. Monthly players, 9.7 million. Battlefield 6 blew them out of the water for live players. Blew them out of the water. They almost got them on daily players. They almost got them in monthly players. One game's been out for over 20 years. The other game just came out about 18 days ago. All right. Pay per play. Or not pay per play. pay-per-view with games. Capcorn is out there wanting you to pay $27 to watch the Street Fighter Championships. Well, I got news for Capcom. Instead of going and watching them, if you're in the Quad City area, you're going to love this. Every Tuesday at 7, unfortunately, it's the same time as Talking Tuesday. Maybe one of these days I'll do one of these split screens with them. But Augustana College Esports has their matches on Tuesdays at 7. And guess what, people? It's free. It's free to watch because they're on Twitch. I'm going to the text message from my brother right now who told me this. Tell him every Tuesday, typically at 7. Uh, they got a junior varsity and they got a varsity. And they play players from all over the country. If you remember, about 6 months ago, I reported on them, and they were playing colleges in Ohio. They were playing colleges as far west as California, far south as Texas, and they were doing damn good. 2 weeks ago, I reported on them, and you remember they had placed like second in some one game and took the championship home for another. So watch them not at 7 because I don't want you not watching Talking Tuesday. So put them on the back burner. Watch them right after Talking Tuesday. That would be fantastic. Them young men and young women need your support. They are college students. They're doing what they got to do to survive in college. What's a better way than gaming? So go out there and actually support some college individuals who are doing a damn good thing by gaming, and don't pay the $27 to watch Street Fighter. I can go to YouTube and watch Street Fighter. I don't need to pay $27 for that. Or find your local JUCO college, your local Division II, Division III college. Go on their website, see where their esports teams are streaming from, and go support them. Here in the Quad Cities, we've got Augustana College who does it. Very good. They've got St. Ambrose over in Davenport. They have an esports team. I still can't find nothing on them, but their website says they have it. Blackhawk College in Moline, Illinois, they're starting one up, from what I hear. The American Legion is starting an esports team. All of these are free. However, where the money lies, it's the same as here and with Talking Tuesday, Thursday, the Nomad Gamers, any of my gaming streams. Where the money lies is with the views. Where the money lies is with the comments, with the likes. That's money. It's not tangible money. I can't take these and go down the street and buy a pack of gum or go get a 6 pack of Pepsi or something. It helps them with their analytics. It helps them get noticed. That's where you help small businesses. I think I'm getting a a sinus infection because I am sneezing my tail off, and it is not good. Before we leave, we're going to check in with Santiago Cirillo because I said something about small businesses, and he is like the king of small businesses. He has his hands in everything. I do know he is taping back from the dead. They're doing that down in Tennessee right now. I think some of it's being done in Georgia. A majority is being done in Tennessee. Uh, he signed a letter of intent for some major national TV show, so he's got that going. He was in that horse movie, and he's been in a few other things too. So he's been keeping busy. Like I said, my internet's going slow as shit tonight. Uh, so as soon as it comes up, we'll go over to Santi. I've been so busy, I have not had a chance to watch them. No. Santiago Cirillo. All right, about an hour ago, Back from the Dead, a TV show where the viewers control it. He has a GoFundMe for it. Head over to facebook.com. Check out Santiago. If you can't spell his name, go to my Facebook. Scroll down a little bit. You will see where I have shared his stuff. Oh, this is about that beautiful truck that he transformed. 7 hours ago, Back from the Dead. He's promoting it still. I swear to God, the one looks like a Starborn uniform. 7 hours ago, Halloween. Looked like he was at a Halloween party. Back from the Dead. Oh yeah. There was a 12-year-old who loves The Walking Dead. He loves acting and doing his own makeup. He's actually a pretty cool kid who lives in Alabama. He started picking up trash and cleaning up cities and gathering donations for veterans. The mayor presented him with a key to the city last year. His name is Max. And if you're interested in knowing more about him, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll put you in touch with his mama. This kid wants to act with Santiago. He wants to be in Back from the Dead. Santiago pretty much just said, you already know what my answer is going to be. It was yes. Other than that, he's just doing his thing. He's going live. He's posting. So yeah, we got a lot of good things going on here. So with that being said, Talking Tuesday is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. This background behind me is going away as of this week. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be Friday. It is going away. I'm going to have a surprise for you next Tuesday. It's going to be fabulous. I guarantee you it's going to be fabulous. Tomorrow night's Wednesday. I will be gaming. I will be streaming right around 3:30ish, maybe 4ish. Come by, say hi, leave me a comment. Just let me know you're watching. Then Thursday, we got Thirsty Thursday at 7. I would like you to, if you can, if you have time, go and get your favorite beverage of choice at about 6:55. Come on in, sit in your favorite chair, recliner, couch, love seat, beanbag chair. Hell, I don't care. Take a sit, turn on Godfather while I report on all of our favorite games. Of course, Friday I'll be gaming. Saturday at 3, my other two knuckleheads come back, and we have the Nomad Gamers. I invite you to come watch that too. It's a whole nother vibe. So with that being said, thank you for the compliment, Dakota. With that being said, in the words of my friend Santiago Cirillo, your negativity won't break me. You're beautiful the way you are. Don't change. You're beautiful just the way you are. You're out there playing a game, and I know Dakota will be here in just a minute. But if you're out there playing a game and you run across a griefer, and that griefer needs blown the fuck up, you blow that motherfucker up. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. Until tomorrow, peace and love. Godfather is out.